Hello, my name is Ricky, and welcome to Wellverse. This is a channel that is basically going to document my self-help journey as I go out and try to learn a variety of different skills. Um, yeah, and I hope to find my passion while at the same time developing and growing as a person. A lot of people kind of, don't know what they want to do, and I think the best way to do that is to go out there and try. And I want to document my journey so that in the future I could kind of look back and see my progress changing from the person I am now to being like the best version of myself, while also kind of just documenting it for other people who, might want to try it as well. So yeah. So thanks for watching, and this is Wellversed. So starting off the year, right? What better video to start off the year than a video about starting? Like, how meta is that, right? Like, oof, high IQ, right? High IQ play right here. But what's happening is, right now it's New Year's. Everybody's starting to do the New Year's resolutions. Starting has never become easier, right? In the past, though, like any other time of the year, like October, nobody's starting to learn like how to freaking backflip in October. It's like people are always putting it off till like the next year. And I kind of wanted to just address in my very first video about like the process of starting and how like I've dealt with it like in the like right now. How I finally got myself to kind of start, and not just because it's New Year's, but because there are certain things that you kind of realize that are keeping you from starting. So the first one is just procrastination, right? Procrastination slash laziness. A lot of us have things in our lives to deal with, whether you have like a job, kids. I don't have kids, but I assume they're hard. When you have kids, you have like school, like the struggle is real, is basically what I'm saying. But essentially, when you have all these responsibilities, going home at the end of the day and deciding to, hey, you know what? I think it's a good time to, record YouTube videos for the first time ever, and have to edit them for a long time, and like record over and over again till the video works. But yeah, like all these things can be, difficult. So what you have to do, I guess, is just you have to kind of go forward and, in spite of all that, do it anyways. Like I found that whenever I don't feel like doing it, if I leave it till the next day I don't suddenly feel like doing it all of a sudden. It's just like it just gets pushed back later and later. And for me specifically, it's like that arbitrary idea of a perfect time to do it. Like the perfect time 100% is always now, like in the current moment. Unless you have like a fatal stab wound, or your wife is pregnant giving birth to your first child, then there's no reason not to start right away. It's kind of crazy, but it's like even for setting an alarm. I don't know if anybody else does this, but do you ever set an alarm for like 5 hours? Or I'll set an alarm for like 8 hours, right? And if I sleep at, I don't know, like 11 o'clock, right? Or like if I sleep at 10:54, and 8 hours later I wake, my alarm rings at 6:54. Quick math, 6:54, right? I'll be like, it's not the perfect time yet. I gotta wake up when it's exactly 7 o'clock because it's like a whole number. It's like just a ridiculous concept, but it's just that it just goes to show that for me, starting had always been like a fight for urgency, like doing it right away, right now, even though you don't feel like it, which obviously takes a sense of discipline, but it also just takes realizing that there's no better time than right now. And that's like just the first part of starting, right? And then you get into the idea of like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna start. I'm ready. I'm doing it right now. What can I do right now? And for me, most of the time when it comes to starting new skills, the first thing is like I need to start getting educated on the topic. This is especially true for when stuff like going to the gym, right? So it's like, alrighty, I want to start going to the gym. I want to look good. What do? Not go to the gym right away. That's not the mission. The mission is actually to research about a workout plan. So I'll go online and just like tabs on tabs on tabs on tabs. Bodybuilding.com, random YouTuber, the Reddit page. And it's just like there's so much information out there. And I just caught myself reading. As like 2 hours gone by, I've watched like 3 videos on how to like build your pecs to be like enormous. And lo and behold, it's too late to go to the gym. So you know what? I'll just go to the gym tomorrow. You see the problem with this process? Yeah. So sometimes researching definitely important, but for me I found that I just get way too into it. Like analysis paralysis is definitely real. Like I'll just keep diving into it, like further and further and further into it, when I could just be doing push-ups. and like developing, or like running a mile. You know what I mean? So, and or like even people who think they have to have the perfect gear, like, oh man, I need this like pants. It's like I need specialty shorts, like compression shorts to start running, or else I'm just gonna die the one time I try to run. And for starting this YouTube channel, it was kind of similar. I was like, oh man, I need like nice editing equipment, nice editing software. I need good camera equipment. I need a nice camera because nobody wants to watch garbage like audio and video quality. But then I was like, okay, I don't have much money right now. I'm a college student. I'm poor as neck. Um, what can I do? So I was like, all right, it's $50. I'm gonna buy like a tripod stand, a mic, maybe some lenses, and I bought like an app for recording video. And that's just my entire setup. So yeah, but I think the important part is starting YouTube and like learning all the things that go into making these videos and actually doing it and recording. Uh, I would just keep watching videos on how YouTubers started, and I didn't make any actual videos. So now though, I'm when you start, you kind of like learn like nuanced stuff. Like, who knew that stacking books underneath your tripod when it's not tall enough would be what you had to do? Like in your fantasy mind, you're like, no, like tripods are just perfect size in all situations when they low-key are not. But yeah, it's just like the process of doing and learning from that, I think, is much more important than the initial research. Just throwing yourself as soon as you can into there with, I mean, you need some basic some information sometimes. Like, you don't perform open heart surgery, just like getting in there. But for most things, if you're just starting at the beginner level, you can kind of just throw yourself in there and like pick things up. And I've seen arguments where people are like, well, you don't want to develop bad habits. And that's like, yeah, but it's like if it takes you like 2 months before you can start dancing, maybe it's like it'll only take you like 1 month to fix the bad habit. So it's like weigh your options here. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like finding the perfect balance, or like giving myself permission to just start, even though it'll be terrible, which is like the last thing I want to talk about when it comes to starting, right? Another reason why I think people are scared to start, other than just laziness, especially for myself, is just fear. Now, fear when it comes to stuff in terms of dancing or singing is fear of like rejection. Like I was scared, or I'm still scared of doing these things because, oh man, what if I look stupid? Like, who wants to watch me and like, ooh, break it down, right? Like, what if I just look super dumb? And I think the fear of judgment is extremely, it's one of those big hurdles that we have to jump over. A lot of people go to the gym. I've had friends who said they've gone to the gym and initially they're pretty intimidated, whether like they're overweight or like more on the skinny side. They've been intimidated by like these bulks, like monsters, right? Like half the time, like I also have some gym friends and like they're pretty just nice dudes, like low key, high key. They're just kind of nice guys, right? So it's all understandable why the people fear these things, but that's like the last part of starting. You just gotta jump over the initial fear gap. So, in terms of YouTube, though, this is also kind of crazy because when you do YouTube videos, you're kind of putting yourself out in the public. And I'm kind of saying this for myself, but when you're putting yourself out in the public, you kind of like, there's going to be people criticizing you. And this is my first video, so I haven't experienced that at the time of shooting this. But I assume there will be people in the comments below, like, saying, dude, you have such a dumb room. Yeah. But stuff like that, right? And it just goes to show that having the confidence and courage to jump over that hurdle and face your fear is key to starting and just key to success, because every goal that you want to have in the new years, like starting it is important because you want to reach the end goal. And sometimes like the fear initially can keep you from getting there. So yeah, those are kind of the things that I found why it's so difficult to start. But New Year's is great because you don't have to worry about any of that, because everybody's starting. Like in terms of the fear portion, you don't have to worry about that because everybody's doing new stuff. Like if your friend's like, bro, you look so dumb learning how to dance, we'll be like, yeah, bro, but like who's at the gym lifting like 2.5 pound weights? You know what I mean? Yo, but low key, that's me. Like low key lifting low caliber weights out here, right? And furthermore, if when it comes to the urgency or the laziness, like at this point, like there's so much momentum. Like if you think waking up early, if you think like, oh, the perfect time is waking up at 11 o'clock instead of 11:54. You know what I mean? There's no perfect time than like the beginning of the year. Like it's like this is the new start. And even at the beginning of a decade. You know how long you have to wait to go to another decade? 10 years, man. You'll be like, for me, I'll be 30. Oh man, if I had to wait 10 years to start, like for the perfect time to start, oh, it'd be over, man. But yeah, so in terms of like facing the fear, now is the best time to do it. In terms of just starting because you have the momentum with you, because it's the perfect time to start, that's also good. And you have already all the information. You just gotta jump in there and do it. All these videos obviously like comes back to me, and I am definitely taking part in it. But I hope that everybody watching this, and I hope everyone just can go out there and start learning new skills, developing something new. You can expect more from that channel. There's gonna be new monthly challenge videos. I'm gonna do book reviews, a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, making these YouTube videos is gonna be a really fun process, and I hope you'll join me. Please like and subscribe, ring the notification bell, because this is an extremely small channel, and if you think you're gonna see me on your YouTube homepage or it's gonna be recommended to you, that's not gonna happen. I get like there's so many random videos out there, but the chances of me getting recommended like 0 to none. So yeah, if you could really help me out and hit the notification bell, I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and let's get that bread in 2020. Let's get that bread.